You're listening to the Unbranded podcast, where we talk about marketing and a bunch of other stuff. Welcome to the Low Energy Unbranded podcast. This is Tuesday, and we haven't had much coffee, and we're tired.
Speak for yourself. I had 3 cups already. Woo! Let's go. Get fired up, gents. About to record some shit.
Welcome back to the show with Brian, Titus, and myself. We're here to talk about marketing and other stuff. So how's it going?
About right.
Yep. That's a fair assumption. So, hey, I want to talk about your Facebook ads, Wes.
Oh,
why did they get banned? Why do you have to put them into review?
They got banned because they're healthcare ads, and every one of my healthcare ads always gets banned, at least at some point. But the funny thing is that these ads have been going for 4 months. And then all of a sudden they decide, hey, we're going to ban them.
I'm with you, man.
They did it last night while I was asleep. And my client that I'm running those ads for lives in Michigan. So all morning long, they didn't have ads running until I contested Facebook. And literally within 2 seconds after contesting it, my ads were back online. It's like, why the hell do you keep doing this to me every time I have a healthcare client, Facebook? Like, really, stop it.
That's crazy, man. That's quick. 2 seconds is ridiculous. I've waited days before.
Some stupid freaking AI bot that thinks that I'm doing something wrong. So,
yeah, I just had a whole campaign with 3 different ads, like the same creative. They've been running for like 3 months, no problems, super high success rate. For a $2,000 ad budget, we're averaging like, I want to say about 120 leads. And
nice.
All of them got shut down yesterday because it's related to credit. You know, it's in the auto space, and our campaign is pretty simple. You know,
I wonder if they're just going
get a $299 down payment.
I wonder if they're just going through like canceling everybody's ads.
Possibly.
Yeah.
They might be switching over some systems or something like that, and who knows? You know, like
I don't know.
They could have a quota of how many ads they have to ban within a month.
Well, it gave me like a warning. This like, if once you do this, it could take a while because everyone has COVID. So just so you know, it could take longer than usual, but it happened. Like it got fixed within 5 minutes. So,
well, speaking of,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of Facebook, they just announced a new feature where you can run paid online events.
So they're moving into the Eventbrite space.
They're moving into the Eventbrite space.
That's because they lost all their big dollars for that month when they boycotted them, right? And plus, everybody hates Facebook right now, so it's got to be hurting their funds, right? So they got to find other ways to make money, right?
Well, they have been saying that they're looking for they're moving away from advertising dollars as their primary model and finding new other ways of generating income. Revenue.
Interesting.
So yeah. So the other interesting thing is that you get to keep 100% of the revenue from the online event that you're running.
How is that making Facebook money?
So how's Facebook generating revenue then?
I have no idea. Maybe the transaction fees, maybe they're processing or something like that.
Just like 2.9%
from the buyer, probably.
But here is the catch. The catch is you get 100% unless you're on an Apple device such as iPhones and such, in which case Apple is taking a whopping 30%.
Wait, Apple will take 30% from Facebook, or Apple's taking 30%
from you?
That's lame.
Well,
that is lame.
Why would you leave Eventbrite when it's only 10%? Like, could you imagine a comedy show that the tickets are $60 and you're losing 20?
Wait.
It's not feasible.
Is that iOS only, or is that if I do it on a Mac?
It's for iOS because it's it's considered an in-app purchase that Apple takes their 30%. So.
All right, guys, don't put an event on Facebook using your phone because 80% of the world has iPhones.
Well, it's not using your phone. It's if the buyer purchases on their phone, right? So if they're on mobile Facebook, right, They're on mobile Facebook. Likely they're on an iOS device. Apple's going to take their 30%,
No,
tip their
thank
hat,
you.
and say thank you.
Is Apple trying to become an enemy? Like, that's just ridiculous.
I feel like they've definitely they pushed into a territory where they're not coming back from.
Like I get the whole idea of taking 30% from app developers when someone buys an app, but like to charge the user like for an event like that, and Facebook not take anything but Apple take 30%, that's just ridiculous. Like that's not
They're
playing,
flexing
that's not
so
playing
hard
good
right now. They're
like
like taking off the shirt, Arnold Schwarzenegger, get to the
They're
chopper,
like, what are
flexing.
you going to do? It's our devices.
You need us.
I mean, I don't have a life, so I don't throw events, but for people who do, like that's just ridiculous, and they're going to make a lot of enemies that way, I think.
But I think the genius part of this is it's online events, right? So online events, it's like, if you're hosting a Zoom conference or something like that, you have a way of marketing that, instantly, or, all kinds of digital events or get-togethers. Whereas like, I think the Eventbrite model very much ran off of you're showing up to a physical place. So I think Facebook actually opening this up is really smart of them. I think in the past they did ticketing through Eventbrite. So they actually used Eventbrite's system to do the ticketing.
Yeah.
This is a huge shift for Facebook. Interesting shift during the time we're in, with everything being, so locked down and everybody in their houses and super remote right now. So I think it's timely. But it is interesting, though, the toll that Apple has in the community, and Apple's not the only one where Facebook isn't the only one with this problem with Apple either.
Yeah. Well, I get where it makes sense because it acts as an in-app purchase, so it technically falls into that guidelines of Apple's like in-app purchase thing. Which brings me to my next thing, is that whole Apple and Epic battle that's going on.
Yeah,
which
tell us a
also
little bit
involves
about that.
Google too. So apparently Epic has ran around behind Apple's back and then Google's back, and is charging less if you buy the in-game credits through their website rather than Apple's App Store.
Wait, we have to say what game Epic runs.
Well, I don't really play those kind of games, so I'm not actually sure what games. But I did see their
front runner. Their front runner though is Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
Fortnite, which is absolutely massive, massive game.
Right. So like, yeah, so they're like running behind Apple's back and charging less, so you can get the same amount of credits for less by buying it through the website rather than buying it through the App Store. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, would Fortnite actually have the success that they have without the platforms that they're putting it on? So
it would.
This one I'm
because it's mostly PC gamers, like PC and console. Like very few will play on mobile. Not very few. I'd say a very small percentage will play mobile. I know because my kid is always on Fortnite. Always.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't play it personally, but I know it's on like every platform, but there's got to be a ton of iOS like Fortnite players. I don't know.
I'm sure.
But still, like I kind of side with Apple on this one, if I'm honest.
I think 30% is a little too crazy, quite frankly. I think, yes, they're handling the transactions, probably securities, payment methods, and things like that. But them taking 30%, I think, is a little too high. I think they should probably back down to like 15% to make it, make it pretty standard. Otherwise, I don't think that Epic Games is going to be the last one that decides, hey, maybe our business isn't good here.
No, but I mean, they knew that
Amazon's been doing that. Amazon's been doing that for a long time, though, right? With Audible, you don't purchase things directly in the app. You purchase credits, and you purchase it off of Amazon's site first. So even then, they've made sure that their monies are safe outside of the Apple ecosystem. All you're doing is redeeming the credit inside of their app. So there's companies who figured out ways around it, but it presents itself as a major problem in terms of, I would say, user friendliness. Like if you're creating a marketplace that people have to go outside of your system in order to purchase from you, that's a problem for the user. Like having to go to a website in order to go back to the phone. Like, let's say, I don't have the phone, like assume the most simplest journey is going to be the best one. This is just creating a marketplace that doesn't facilitate that anymore.
But I kind of stand on the whole thing of like, you didn't have to put your app there. You saw the contract, you saw blatantly that they're going to take 30%, and yet you still decided to do it. So for you to like kind of be a wuss about it and let me complain and let me make this new Apple commercial rendition of an old Apple commercial that has something to do. I mean, it was brilliant, but like
super brilliant.
Like you could also look at that as like Epic's just being a big baby because they decide they don't want to play by the rules where they signed a contract however long ago to do that. What, they've been on there for what, 10 years since the App Store started?
Yeah, but didn't their app get pulled?
You agreed to do it.
They didn't willingly pull it down.
Right.
Apple pulled it.
Apple pulled it because they were bypassing Apple.
But they should be allowed to do that. They should be allowed to sell.
If it breached the
site.
contract that you made with me, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm going to cut you out of my contract and take you to court about it. Like, that's the whole point of a contract. Like, I'm going to stand on Apple on this side, but like, I mean, even if all three of us signed a contract, if you breach it, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I understand why you breached it. The whole point is a business contract. Now let's go to court and you pay me what you owe me.
Sure, but I think the complaint is more on the side of the contract shouldn't even be set up like that. Like you should be able to sell your own thing on your website, and if people want to purchase it that way, they can.
Then you didn't read it well enough.
Right,
you shouldn't have signed
if you want to access all the iOS users, you have to sign the contract.
Right.
And that is like losing so much market share to just alienate Apple. You can't do that. But Fortnite can now because, they're across all platforms.
Fortnite
You can just give them the middle finger and be like, you know what? We got 40% of our players on PC and 40% on console.
Here's the thing. Any of Apple's competitors have a real big decision to make right now. They can make the same decisions Apple is in terms of requiring big chunks of percentages of revenue to be demanded, or they can go the route of, we're going to be a more friendly platform to brilliant games like created by things like Epic Games or other systems and things like that, and create a more competitive market that way. Right now, Apple's decisions to double down on this, it's not just the games itself, it's also like, the purchases that are being made in the Facebook event space too, right? I didn't make a contract with Apple for them to take 30% of my my online event, right? So for them to have that as per standard, I just think is creating a more harmful marketplace than it is actually creating a good one where things thrive.
Well, here's the other option. Any one of those people there. So you have two players, right? You have a hardware developer, you have a software developer. They don't play well. It's not like a PC where you go out and buy the game on a disc, you put it in there and you have the rights to it. Now we're doing everything by DLC. We're all downloading downloadable content, right? So if you want to put your stuff on my Nintendo system, you want to put your stuff on my Xbox or PS4 or my iOS device, you got to play through my rules to get there. Because there's other people fighting for that space in there that you want to take. So now instead of like going to a grocery store and seeing the items on an aisle, our stores are now becoming in our hands, right? So the only other way around that is by the software developer becoming a hardware developer as well. So if Epic wants to make hardware, let them do it. They got the money. Otherwise, they got to play by my rules, right? You sign the contract, you're held to it.
Yeah, I'm with Wes.
Usually I'm the contrarian against most people in that, but I have Titus on my side now. What?
If you want to cross the bridge, you got to pay the toll.
Right? And the toll
But
is
you go all the
build
way
your own
around the
hardware.
river.
Like you could build just like those little Sega handhelds where you had like one game that like Sega had on it, what, like Tetris or something. Not Tetris, that's Mario.
No, not
Not
Tetris.
Mario, but it's I don't know. I'm out of touch.
Sonic.
It's been a long time. But like they could build like a Fortnite hardware system that has Fortnite on it, and that's the only thing that's there. Or their games.
Speaking of social media platforms and such, apparently, and I got this notification when I opened up Instagram the other day, Instagram and Facebook Messenger have merged.
Oh my god. That I
Are you
saw
serious?
that. Yeah, dude.
Serious.
I saw that and I was like, dude, I do not want people from Facebook being able to message me on Instagram. Instagram's my place to get away from Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
want
with you, man.
I do not want that to like intermingle. Forget that.
Oh man, can you opt out of that?
I don't know.
Don't think so.
Yeah, I think you can. I don't know what you can do with it, but
I've
I don't-
trained all of my friends not to message me on Facebook anymore
Dude,
because I don't
always-
respond to them for months.
Forget that.
that too. Yeah, me.
Forget that.
I did that too. Like, and then I made it where it's like you never know that I'm online. You had that little green dot never shows up for me. And if Instagram ruins that for me, oh man.
Oh, why are they doing that? I mean, Facebook Messenger is a amazing messaging platform. Like it's got so many features, but I like everything compartmentalized,
Me too.
right? Like having those two worlds blended together, it gives me anxiety.
Like to know that like when Facebook acquired Instagram, that was like that changed the way I felt about Instagram forever. Like, I've never felt really good about it after that.
Wes felt defeated in life when that happened.
Oh, when they took the chronological feed out, dude. And now like I don't even get like people that I don't necessarily interact with, but I like to see their stuff. I don't see their stuff anymore because I'm not an interactive user, but I like to see. And I'm so pissed off that like majority of the people that I follow, I don't even get to see their stuff because of the stupid algorithm. And then I start forgetting they exist. It's
Like this, like Thanos.
yeah.
Oof,
I'm just
they're lost to the Instagram algorithm.
yeah.
and
Like
vaporize into dust.
I'm still sour about that. Like I'll go to my grave sour about that.
Me too. It was just a more seamless user experience.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like it's what made Instagram, and like it just never had that soul. It's kind of like the difference between digital photography and film photography. There's just a soul that's in film photography that's not in digital, right? So like Instagram had that soul, and now it's just once Facebook acquired it, and it's been slowly it's turning into like a snowball going down a hill, just getting bigger and bigger pieces of crap as it goes. Next thing it'll be Facebook, Instagram. It'll be like Faceagram.
Febstagram.
Like you can share your stuff like from Instagram into Facebook. Like you can like incestuous stories like will go into Instagram and Facebook together. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to play anymore.
I got no such message. Did you get it in your DMs?
It could still be rolling out.
It's
was like this
probably a
big
rolling
pop-up.
out feature. Yeah, it was a huge pop-up when I opened it. I was half awake when I was reading it. I'm like, what? It was on Instagram though. It was like a new way to message or something like that.
And then I just read where it's like, now your friends from Facebook can message you on Instagram. Like, freaking, no.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm slowly,
me and Wes are aligned today, bro.
right? I know, right?
Me and you are vibing.
We're like brothers.
Two brothers.
Two brothers. Look at us. We look just alike.
Yeah.
This reminds me. I want to check on my reel, see how it's doing.
Titus, how's your account doing on TikTok?
My account? That is a great question. I want to say I'm at like 6,000 something followers.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm at 64, 66 with 132K likes. And the successful video is at 1.5 now.
Wow.
It is continuing to grow.
My reel is dead in the
1.5.
water now. It hasn't gone up any since last
Not
week.
much of a shelf life. Okay,
Nope.
interesting.
Yeah, I
Now,
noticed on Reels, like all the content I'm getting are from big creators,
Yeah.
like huge creators, like 200,000 plus on their IG. And like I go to their TikToks and like their TikToks are in the millions.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like what it was with stories early on too. It was
It's
pretty
probably
much the
their
bigger
way of like,
creators.
let's promote the big guys so that everyone knows the things exist and they can see
Yeah.
how to use it.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is TikTok actually ended up signing a major distribution partnership deal thing. So creators will be able to have a bunch of new sounds and music and stuff that they can use. If you've ever seen a thing happen where you're using a sound and we're watching a video and there's no sound available, it's because it's been pulled down because of copyright. Well, this will put an end to a lot of that, apparently, and give access to a ton of music and sounds and all kinds of stuff. So,
Well, and it allows smaller musicians to upload their content to TikTok,
correct.
from what
Yeah.
I read, which
Mhm.
is huge. For somebody that's like just making beats in their bedroom,
Yep.
they can upload and have the potential opportunity to go viral.
Which a lot of artists, for example, who kind of had their start on Spotify, have been finding similar things when they're able to put out and create kind of like a popular song on TikTok. They've just been blowing up, like sudden successes. In fact, if you listen over the radio, most of the songs that are playing over the radio are all the most popular songs
What's
that
the
you find
radio?
inside of
Brian, I would like to
TikTok.
talk about this. I would like
What
to.
is the
So
radio?
I've been completely addicted to TikTok, right? I'm probably spending 2 hours a day on the app, shamefully. But I went for a ride with my sister. We went out to Makapu. So it's probably like a 30-minute car ride. And she listens
Yep.
to the radio.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit, that's Watermelon Sugar.
Yep.
Oh shit, that's Savage Love. I've never heard this song before. There's probably like half a dozen where I'm like, wow, I've only heard 15 seconds of this. But that
Right.
15 seconds has been probably hundreds, if not thousands of times.
Right.
Mind blowing to me. I'm in the
Isn't
seat,
it nuts?
like looking at the radio, like, oh, I know that one. Oh wow, this is actually pretty good.
It's like seeing the Matrix unlock for the first time. But you don't realize how powerful TikTok is until that point, right? Almost all of the music playing right now is songs that really got hit off well on TikTok that just, somebody shared some kind of video, it went viral and it associated with a certain sound and now it's a huge hit.
I heard Bulletproof on the way back from Makapu, and Bulletproof is an old song already, but it's trending on TikTok right now.
Exactly.
So
I don't know anything about the radio.
Well, you sound like a radio guy.
Years. Well, that's just because God gave me a good voice, but
yeah, amen.
I actually used to work in the radio, and so
how did you work in the radio, Brian?
I worked for a radio station
stereo?
back on the mainland. I was the little guy in the box that was saying the words.
That's a great job to have.
It's a great job to have. So basically, a majority of radio stations, they end up pulling from a feed, and you pay for this feed to have it on your station or whatever. This feed will usually be kind of like used within a conglomerate of radio stations. So have you ever heard like one radio station playing a bunch of songs and then you switch to another radio station and it's basically the same bunch of songs? It's because they're pulling from the same source. So these basic sources are usually pulled and culled from the most popular music of the time.
So is that like
even the radio stations don't have much of a choice.
So is that like the Clear Channel radio, all those different like radio networks and stuff like that is what they're doing?
Exactly.
They're pulling off from the same. So
Correct.
So like you can listen to like the Fish or something, the Christian radio station, and like it'll change radio stations over the weekend. You're like, what? Like
yes, yeah, it'll be the same, and sometimes in the same order too. But it's basically they're pulling from the feed. The feed, is this central group that they're all paying fees to be able to run it. But that central feed is dictated based off of the top charts and things like that. And so right now the top charts are being influenced by TikTok. especially via Spotify and everything like that. People are just going towards these songs. So that's hitting the feed. That feed's being distributed to all of the radio networks and everything. It's wild. And of course, those sales score, keep on soaring upwards because it's being heard more over the radio and stuff. And so, in the past, I've gotten to know a number of musicians, and they've always asked me, like, how do you do digital marketing as a musician? And in the past, I've struggled for an answer to that. I had no idea how you would get kind of your foot in the door, except for having a good website, I guess, and maybe a place to buy your stuff. Maybe
Play
share some
shows.
songs over social
YouTube
media,
channel.
but that was like exclusively it. But then also that was in a time where a lot of the platforms that you would share to would also require you to sign over the rights to your medium at that point. So it wasn't really a safe realm for artists. But now with things like TikTok, just by sharing your art over that medium has a much higher chance, especially if you get picked up with somebody who can make some smart stuff out of what you're creating. If you can get that kind of a partnership going, and that's how Country Road ended up getting as big as it did. The guy went into it with a marketing mind and crafted that whole thing and strategically built it out and put it over TikTok. And this song, which I think is just the most annoying thing, I'm not a fan of it, is now one of the most top played songs, not only on TikTok but over the radio and in people's houses and
Right.
everything. It's nuts.
Yeah. I listened to a podcast with Gary Vee and The Baby. He's a rapper.
Mm.
So this was probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And he gave The Baby the advice to make a song for TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, you should double down, all in, go for TikTok, make tracks. And he said, like, we want people doing the banana dance, say banana foot right, banana foot left. Then he came out with this track called Hood Baby, and it's hardcore trending, where it has been ever since I got on.
Wow.
Down south, Hood Baby. And it's literally just you face forward and down south, and then someone else looks forward, Hood Baby. And that's it. A 15-second clip.
Nuts.
Right? Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? Instagram should have inserted audio a long time ago.
A very long time ago.
Well, now they have Reels, and you can. I put Tupac in mine.
And I think that's the interesting thing about the platform too, right? And you go on any of these other video platforms, and most of those videos are viewed on mute, right? You go on TikTok, and almost, I would say 90% plus of the time, and there's probably data out there, but 90% of the time you're opening up that app to be able to listen to it. It's one of the few apps where you go a volume on to intentionally.
It actually sometimes kind of pisses me off. Like, you'll send me like a TikTok video, and I'll forget how loud my phone is, and like I'll be next to the kid, and he's like sleeping or something like that, and I'll open a TikTok, and it's just loud as hell. I'm like, oh my gosh! And then my wife gets mad and starts slapping me. Like, what was that?
Oh, that was my charger here.
Oh, so yeah, your TikTok's getting me beat up. So
sorry.
All the ones
but it's boring to watch TikTok with no audio.
Yeah, it's totally boring.
It's terrible.
It's impossible.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of the platform, is that you need audio, therefore it relates back to the music. And then also the fact that you can voice over the music that you input to your content.
So if you want to say something important, then maybe TikTok is the place for you. Or if you have a smooth and sultry voice like Wes does, maybe TikTok is for you.
I don't know what to do on TikTok, guys. Just my voice isn't going to get me millions of views.
We'll just take that, cut that into a video right there, and post that, and it will get 1 million views.
I don't even know what I would say.
I think you should do some photo tutorials.
Well, I'm thinking through like some of my my YouTube content and seeing like what can I do to send that over there.
Just condense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turn it into a minute.
Because you can You can upload stuff that you created on a computer, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Just reformat it to the 1080 by 1920.
And that's a vertical 1080 1920. Yeah.
Correct.
Cool. I can do that.
It's easier that way instead of editing within app.
Yeah. I got to think through that. But then I'm not using the music that's in there. I'm using music from whatever I put on my YouTube video.
No, you can upload it and cut your own audio, and then you can use the music that's within the app.
Yeah.
But why would that benefit me to use the music within the app?
It helps with the ranking. It helps with the in-app, the music. It pairs it with other videos. Discoverability is actually also dependent on the track. So, little lesser known secret is that you can add a track with 0 volume.
Yep. Do that all the time.
Have that playing.
What, just so it's like a trending track so that it gets grouped together?
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. For the audience, if you want to go to TikTok-O-Meter, it'll show you all of the songs that are trending, which typically is different than what you pull up in the trending section in the music app.
So is that what you did?
TikTok-O-Meter.
Is that what you did for your?
Is that a .com? TikTokometer.com?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Did you do that for your viral video?
No, I didn't, because it was a duet. You can just turn on the mic.
The things you can do with the duet?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I'm complete TikTok virgin. I don't know much about TikTok other than how to watch it. So.
I've got some reps in the last month and a half. I got a couple.
You should do TikTok tutorials on TikTok.
It's coming up next. I got to start doing the screen recording of my magic videos. That's the one thing I keep forgetting to do is hit the screen record.
Nice. Well,
but I mean, I guess I could recreate it, but I should just do it moving forward.
Yeah. When you start I've been learning since you start teaching things, it gets much harder to put things together for YouTube and stuff. Like my video that'll be coming out this week is all about taking screenshots on a Mac. And I know that's a really simple thing for most of us, but I feel like it's a highly searched thing because I was doing some keyword research.
Yep.
And so hopefully this video will take off, but it's been I spent literally all day long filming that video because of how technical it is. And I feel like the more technical it is, the harder it is to create content showing the technical. But it's all part of the game and it's fun. So I enjoy it. That's why I'm low energy today, because I shot all day yesterday and edited all night and have been editing all day today. So,
well, do you have any closing thoughts before you go to bed, Wes?
Whoa, email. Someone got referred to me by you. I don't know what that is. That's an email that came across.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. The tips, I don't know. Come back to me. Titus, what are your tips?
Titus, closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts or tips? Which one? Fearless leader.
Closing thoughts.
I think Apple is going to win no matter what anyone says or does, because Steve Jobs is living on and doing his thing even past the grave. I am currently in a space where all my other social media platforms don't really matter outside of work, just because TikTok is so good. And I'm sorry, every episode that's all I'm talking about. But TikTok. It's so good. And lastly, screw you, Facebook, for turning off my ads and restricting them.
Yes. Screw you, Facebook.
Screw you, man.
How come you don't want my money?
Yeah, loosen up your advertising policies. We ain't breaking nobody's back as a car dealership saying there's a $299 down payment. Come on now.
Or it's a healthcare company that's helping people get better and live better lives. Come on.
Yeah. Come on. We're doing a service to the planet.
Right? Yep.
Robots just don't care. Robots just don't care.
Oh, by the way, I did get my mouse. So this is my final thoughts. Buy this mouse. And I've already pre-programmed it for Premiere because you can do that. And it sped up my workflow so fast. This thing is
Shut
awesome.
up. Really? How did you
Yeah.
program it for Premiere?
Because you can do it with the app. So you can literally program it per application. So Premiere, Photoshop, any creative app.
So,
That's
okay,
great.
wait, sorry, this is some nerdy stuff. So what did you do to make your workflow better with the mouse? Because there's 2 buttons on the top, a scroller in the middle.
So these are all the normal buttons, right? All the
Okay.
way. Also, by the way, watch this. When you spin
Oh,
it,
it
it's
actually
literally,
spins.
oh yeah. So I can get down to the bottom of a page like super fast. But also too, see this little place right here is the thumb button.
Ah.
Oh, sick. So what did you do with the thumb button?
Well, I'm getting there. So I have, where's my camera? There it is. So this front button next to the scrolly wheel on the side is a razor. And the button on the back, I made it to select your tools. So, and then the thumb button is now ripple delete. So basically you cut, you select, and you press. So it's a brow, brow, brow.
Oh,
Wow.
sold.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I was gonna order a green screen.
to it, but I can see my speed increasing. Basically, just my thumb down, down, down.
Yeah. Please make that into a video because I would love to see the in action.
Well, give me some time. I'm still getting used to it. But yeah.
Wes, I was
this
gonna order a
mouse.
green screen and a step-in repeat, but I think I might have to get some $100 mouse, which is crazy. I've never spent more than $25 on a mouse.
Dude, and this thing like will stay charged for 70 days, and it comes with a USB-C charger. Unlike the Apple Mouse 2, where the USB-C charger is on the bottom and you can't use it while it's charging. This one you can. Literally one hour charge will give me a full day of use.
Wow.
Logitech, man, you hit the nail on the head.
Thank you, Logitech.
MX Master
accepting
3
all sponsors.
We'll put a link in the show notes.
That's my final thoughts and tip, because I'm low energy this week.
All right. So. Well, until next time.
Aloha.
Have fun and stay safe.
Follow us on YouTube.
Yep. Don't
click
get
subscribe.
Coronavirus. Yeah. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you know next time one of our podcasts drop. And sorry for all you audio listeners who couldn't see the mouse, but it's beautiful.
Well, that means they have to go to our YouTube, which is also beautiful.
Yeah. Go to it. Listen on the podcast and then watch it again on YouTube. Or you could try and do them both at the same time and see if you can match it up. It'll be fun. You've been listening to the Unbranded podcast.